So this entry is from February 28th as well, just like the last one. But it was written like right after, I believe. And reason being why these are so split is because I'm trying to keep my entries now to about a page long. That way I don't spend 10 pages rambling and then in the video make another entire half just like talking about it and forgetting other points and stuff like that. So, with that being said, here we go. I'm sure I have mentioned this before, but I feel like my behavior as a man is immature. Which is funny and contradictory because in the last video, if you haven't watched it, go ahead and watch it, I said that I am maturing. So, you know how that is. There's a part of me that wants to take a test for something like autism or ADHD, but a part of me also doesn't want to see the results. That's because if tests come back positive, I don't want to start blaming my behavior on what I have. I know that either way, taking a test and knowing if I have something or not would help me understand myself more. I bring all this up because when I compare my words and actions to those around me, I'm way more sporadic and impulsive. I say and do random things without a genuine cause besides exercising my free will. I find it hard to talk to new people, and although I've had this issue before, I've recently tried putting myself out there. When I do, I don't feel a sense of exchange among us. It feels one-sided despite my attempts at making them talk to me first. When I go to bed, I think of how I don't have anyone besides me. It would be nice to have someone I love beside me. I want to feel their body pressure against mine, feel the heat of their breath, feel their presence. But there is no one, there is nothing. I'm just alone. And that's the end of that. Yeah, I've always been weird. I've just always been weird. If you get to know me, and in my head we're like acquaintance level, then I start to act kind of usually just how I am around people. And that is just do things without cause. Because I have free will, Lamau. I'm going to practice it. For instance, the other day, I was eating an apple, and I saw my friends. They got out of like a meeting or something for one of their big classes. And while they were talking in a group, I went up behind one of them and just started eating the apple in their ear. It's like, why? Why would you do that? What is the point of doing that? And to you, I say, there was no point. I just wanted to enter myself in the conversation without interrupting anyone. But yeah, I'll do weird things like that. And a lot of people have just kind of accepted it, which I think is pretty funny. But getting into the second half of the entry, I have attempted recently to try and go up to a couple of girls that I am a little bit interested in and have seen, but I'm not getting any signs that they are interested in me back, which is fine. I just wanted to see if they would also be interested in me, but it just, for me, means, okay, I'm no longer interested now because I don't want to be focusing my attention on someone who's not gonna, converse with me back in the way I would have hoped, I suppose is how I'd like to put that. I like exercising my free will like that. I don't know why. Part of me just gets the impulsive thought, and in my head I go through a checklist of morality. Is like, is this gonna ruin someone? Is it gonna ruin myself? Is it gonna hurt anyone? And if it doesn't do anything besides just exist for the sake of existing, then I'm like, okay, why not? Like I'll say like random things towards people, or when I go up to people sometimes and they're like, oh, hey, what's up? And I'm just like, and they're like, okay. I'm just like Baka. It's stuff like that. Stuff like that. I do the most random shit to people. But part of me is just like, who cares? Like it's funny. In my head it's funny. It's not hurting you, it's not hurting anyone. I'm going to do it because I think it's funny. It's questionable. It really is questionable though if I have anything. Or maybe I have something else that's not, either ADHD or autism. It's something else. Like I have that thing that the Joker has where he just like laughs uncontrollably. But for me, usually I laugh because I'm thinking of something utterly stupid in my head. Sometimes I'll just be like Fortnite in my head, and I'll just like kind of break out into a smirk, or I'll like look at someone and I'll be like, like in my head before I do anything, and then it'll just come out. I'll be like, eh. I don't know. It's weird up here. I can't explain everything up here because I say I go a million miles per hour, and this all again ties back into Lent. Wow, it's like holy crap! The past 4 videos have all tied into Lent because I'm trying to be. I'm working on my impatience, and you could say that some of my impulsive, thoughts of practicing free will can be very impulsive because my mind doesn't think about it. It doesn't be patient about thinking about my actions and what they will entail. And so maybe I would come off as a more reasonable, more I guess a less weird person if I thought a little bit more before I started doing my impulsive actions. Besides that, there's not much I can think of off the top of my head. Besides, I've been watching Death Note still. I'm like almost, I think I'm about halfway through Death Note right now. I just got to the episode where the one guy with the afro, he just kind of has to resign from the organization, and then he starts breaking down in front of his daughter on a bench because he had to quit the task force, which was very sad. But I'm very interested to see how it's all going to play out because a part of me is going to think that somehow the bank owners are going to end up having the book transfer over to Light. Somehow he's going to touch it and then be like, oh yeah, I planned all this out. Time to now execute my plan, kill Light-llama-moo. To which Light's going to be like, nope, I predicted that you would be, you now reconfirm my suspicions, or maybe he's still suspicious. We don't know because it never fully tells what Elle is thinking in her heads. But I'm very interested to see where Death Note's going. It's pretty good so far. And I think it's funny because the way Light sits on his chair, or in any chair, is the exact same way that my roommate sits on his chair. And he too feels like he gets an increase in his deductive abilities. By about 20%, though, not 40%. So, with that being said, that's going to end it here. Obviously, the whole part of this shtick and the reason why I'm acting the way I am right now is because it's late and I should be going to bed. I don't know what it is, but once I hit past midnight-ish, depending on how tired I am already, my mind tends to just like lose train of thought and lose any form of real concrete concentration, if that makes sense. So with that, I'm going to end it here. I'll see you guys later. Peace.